Yes, Norse mythology. I remember the first time I read about how Loki is literally one of the worst, and how the Norse gods are kind of evil for imprisoning his children. Okay. Today we'll be talking about the story of Utgarda-Loki. This is my little Fenrir. Her name's not actually Fenrir. It's a joke. Why, Luna? Why? Sorry. I just said something. Okay. Before we start, like and subscribe if you like this dog. Please, for her sake, we beg of you. Luna, you can get down now. Okay. Okay, the story of Utgarda-Loki is a story between Loki and Thor, who, I'm going to say right now, they're not brothers. Odin's not a girl. Sorry, I don't... Just anything you get from the Marvel movies, it's wrong. It's just wrong. So wrong. That's why you're here today. Okay. Sorry. Okay. The reason why. Okay. So yeah. Now let's dive into the myth. Pew 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 pew. Starting with the myth. One day, Loki and Thor were on their weird things where they walk across the land and on an adventure. Seeking an adventure to fight giants, and basically one day they find this little house at one night, and they're hungry, so they ask if they could stay the night, and of course, not wanting to upset a freaking god, the people are like, yes, you can stay. The only problem is we barely have enough food to feed ourselves, let alone Thor, who's kind of on the heavy side. Sorry, don't tell Thor I said that, please. Okay, yeah, basically Thor says that he'll just kill one of his goats that pulls his chariot, but he'll bring it back to life the next day. But in order for him to do it, they have to wrap the bones of the animal in the animal's skin. So I guess no eating the bones, or eating the bone marrow, which I'm really no one wants anyway. Until their child, who's like, you know what? After the food, she's like, you know what? I can't resist it. I need to get that sweet, sweet bone marrow. And he's like, lick on the bone marrow. And he's like, I'm guessing the next morning, he's very unsatisfied of what happened in that scenario. Aren't you, Timmy? His name's not Timmy. I don't know. Okay. Okay, so yeah, basically what happens, Thor is about to smite the heck out of them, and then they're like, hey, what if we just give you our kids, and you can do whatever you want with them, and we'll take after your goat, and once you're done with your journey, return our kids, and we'll give you back your goat. Sounds good? Please, think this is a good idea, because I don't want to die to you, Thor, please. And they weren't really scared of Loki, because he's Loki, guys. Besides shape-shifting, he really isn't that scary. Yeah, well, actually, no, he's scary because of his smartness. He killed a god with his smarts once. Yeah, so basically what ended up happening was they went on an adventure. On their adventure to Utgard, they basically ran into this giant named, I forgot his name because he's not very, his name's hard to say, okay, people? Okay? Are you mad at me, huh? Well, I don't care, because I can't pronounce it. It's hard, and I can pronounce Jormungandr, so be satisfied. Sorry. Okay. Okay, as I was saying, we continue on the story, and basically the giant is like basically says, "Oh, you guys can have whatever you want to eat in my sack." Then goes to sleep. But Thor was very annoyed that he couldn't untie the knot of the giant sack that was actually like the size of a cave. So yeah, and basically. Yeah, so basically what happened was Thor got so mad that he whipped out old Mjolnir and straight up bamboozled the giant to the face with lightning hammer. And basically somehow the guy was like, huh? Did a leaf fall on my face? Then goes immediately back to sleep. Ow. I feel like if the whack of the hammer didn't hurt him, especially with Thor's strength, then would the lightning at least electrocute him? Seriously. And basically, yeah. So basically, after a few tries, Thor was really angry and basically just decided to go to sleep. But annoyingly, he couldn't go to sleep because of the giant snoring. And then Loki's like, why can you not just kill him? And he's like, I tried. Why don't you try killing him? And Loki just kind of sits down in the argument, if I may say. I'm so mysterious. Okay, then basically they continue and then they finally get to Utgard, but then Utgarda-Loki, no relation to regular Loki, besides this one myth, he basically says, yeah, guys, you gotta, I feel like you guys, everybody who stays the night in my kingdom has to prove that they're worth sleeping in this palace. So then, they're like, oh, and so basically, yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff later. Basically, Loki's like, oh, no one can eat faster than me. Then it immediately gets defeated by an eating competition. But to be fair, Loki ate all the meat on his half of the table, but the other guy literally ate all the meat, the bones, and the actual table. Sorry. He ate the table. Who feeds this man? Who? Okay, sorry. Basically, I'm still trying to get over who eats the table. Okay, sorry. Okay, basically then Thor challenges to a drinking competition. Then he almost wins because his goal is to do it in 3 gulps, but he only visibly actually lowers it. But it was a giant drinking horn, huge, any man would have exploded in the process of that. So yeah, of drinking a sizable amount of that horn. So yeah, basically then Thialfi, who was the kid who broke open for the sweet bone marrow, races against this guy who's familiarly like Utgarda-Loki. Some people think he might be the son of Utgarda-Loki. So yeah, I guess. Yeah, so basically, each time Thialfi runs, the first time he runs really fast, second time he runs really fast as he could, and then the last time he ran as fast, faster than I forgot. Oh right, Peregrine Falcon diving. He ran faster than that, and even then he wouldn't win. And then Utgarda-Loki kind of then Thor's like, I want another challenge, and challenges to a fighting competition. But then he's like, yeah. Then Utgarda-Loki's like, I wouldn't have said this to you before, but now that you've proven that you're an absolute wimp, I guess I have no choice. You can wrestle this old lady. Then Thor's like, are you sure? And then immediately the old lady pounds Thor to the ground. Sorry. Old lady pound. Old lady smack! Don't mess with old ladies. They can be tough.
That's right.
Oh no. I know, I'm gonna go butt whipping, aren't I? Help me! Basically, wait, where was I? Oh, right! Back to the Thor getting butt whooped. So, yeah, Grandma 1, Thor 0. And so basically, that at the end of all this, Utgarda-Loki kind of feels bad for all of that, and he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna let you stay the night out of pure pity. And then basically they party till they're drunk, and basically when they leave, Utgarda-Loki himself actually escorts them out, and he says, yeah, guys, never come to my palace ever again. You almost ruined my life. And they're like, what? Because then he explains, oh yeah, the giant that you met earlier on, that was actually me in disguise. Well, I just disguised some mountains as that. And actually, when you hit that giant that was actually a pile of mountains, you put giant holes in the mountains. So that terrified him. And if you tell that terrified him, another time, when it was actually the personification of fire that out-ate Loki, and then the personification of thought outran Fjalfi, because, well, thought is always going to be faster than your actual body, because the mind's stronger than the body. And basically, then, well, unless you're Thor, then you don't, then your mind's not stronger than your body. Okay, then basically coming to the horn drinking, though actually the horn was connected to a literal ocean, and now the ocean levels went to, the ocean levels in the world used to be here, now they're here thanks to Thor, and that's why we still have waves today. That's because of Thor drinking the ocean. That's why there's waves. And there was a cat one that I didn't mention, but yeah, he was actually lifting the world serpent the world almost got destroyed because Thor almost lifted Jormungandr, who's disguised as a giant cat. Okay, then the old lady was actually the personification of old age, and yeah, there's like a lot of personifications in this, and then he's like, yeah, so never come to my palace again, because you kind of almost wrecked it all. And then Thor, seethingly mad, almost straight up whacked him so hard he died. But before he could, basically, Utgarda-Loki disappeared, and also his castle disappeared. So yeah, that's the end. So thanks, Thor, for lowering the ocean. It's your fault that we have climate change, isn't it? Isn't it?
Well, climate change is making sea levels rise, so maybe he's spitting the ocean back out.
I still blame Thor.